Yep. It's time to get to a shark movie. How's it going there, YouTube? My name's the Dark Reviewer, and I just saw a movie that a lot of my coworkers and a few of my friends, just to name a few, have given me a recommendation for a movie to review. And so I was suckered into seeing recently. Yes, just recently. I actually saw this today. I just happened to go see the MEG. So, starting things off, I just want to say, how come Hollywood is just so obsessed with shark movies? I mean, you all remember the movie, the all-time classic, Jaws. That movie opened up in 1975, and that just started off a huge craze of shark movies throughout Hollywood. Until recently, they just did The Shallows. I have to admit, it was somewhat enjoyable. It just focused on one character in the shark. But then Hollywood made even a dumber choice by releasing 47 Meters Down. And that was just atrocious. So, what better way to see the error of their ways is that they made this movie with $150 million behind the budget, and they put Jason Statham on it. Why not just do a whole over-the-top action movie? So getting down to the nitty-gritty about it, the MEG was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I mean, I wasn't going to expect it to break any landmarks or anything, but it wasn't good either. It's like something you would see on the Sci-Fi Channel, but just it has really good effects. The shark looks pretty good. He looks pretty nice, and it was enjoyable. It was definitely a lot of fun to watch, but it was like, we've seen this situation before many times, and it's like, when is Hollywood ever gonna stop milking a series, or just doing it for just making money? Either way, the MEG was panned by critics. I do know how much it made. It actually grossed to be the #1 movie in the world. I was surprised about that. But I've always liked Jason Statham. He's a really cool actor. He's a really nice guy, and a lot of his characters I've seen him play, they're always pretty interesting. And so with this movie, it was actually good for him because before he was an actor, he was an Olympic diver, which this is right up his alley. It's in water. But I think that was probably one of the problems I have with the movie, is that a lot of it was shot underwater. And don't get me wrong, a lot of the shots that were underwater, they were really well done. The cinematography was really nice. It had really, really convincing effects to make sure that it wasn't like a model in like a tub or anything like that. But other than that, a lot of the characters are generic, typical characters that we see in a lot of these other movies. Like, we have a big shot millionaire who thinks he's above everyone else, and he ends up dying, of course. I actually found that kind of funny. And so, and then we also get this kind of like relationship between Statham and this other character who's she's pretty much a badass. I have to admit, she does know what she's doing. She's actually inside the freaking megalodon's mouth like, that's literally one of the scenes. It was really well shot in how they composed it. And like I said about the effects were really, really pretty convincing. And I have to admit, it was definitely a lot more higher budget than I thought it would be. Because I was expecting it to be like, because I'm saying this is not the first time Hollywood has ever produced a Megalodon movie. back in 2003 or the early 2000s, when CGI wasn't that all convincing, they actually released the third Shark Attack movie called Shark Attack 3 Megalodon. And boy, did those special effects show. Yeah, those are not very convincing effects. But this one actually had really good convincing effects. And that's probably one of the good pointers I give it. Although, if you go see this movie and you expect it to break records and you think it might be a movie that everyone's going to be talking about for the next few years, you'll be greatly disappointed. It's fun, that's all it is, it's an over-the-top movie, and I think it would have been cool to see rated R. I'm just saying, even though that a lot of the movies that we see in Hollywood at the most extreme, they say it's for only like PG-13, but no, that's not what it means to go all serious. Just forget about numbers, forget about like making millions of dollars in the box office, and just think about how can you get a lot of people into your theater and actually leave an impression on them. Just think about it. I mean, of course there is definitely a little bit of blood, of human blood, shark blood, basically blood's around, but it wasn't so over the top like Jaws was. And that's what a lot of people think to know. They try to compare each of these shark movies to Jaws. And Jaws, what made it so good was that the way that they progressed the shark's reveal. A lot of this POV shots of the shark and just the score and how keeping his whole identity secret, that's built the suspense. That's what made Jaws a classic. And Hollywood just thinks it's all just, we think it's the shark. We think the shark is what we all want to see. But no, we have to see character development. And there are a few characters in this movie that are definitely worth watching, like Statham and his supposed to be like girlfriend, I think. But other than that, we're not given that much development. We've seen many of these stereotypical characters, many of these stereotypical scenes, and we just need to have more of it. We need to have more actual character development, more like just get your whole ideas out there. Because originally this movie was a book. I didn't know that. It was originally a book. But the movie translation did some of it right, and there were actually a few good Jaws references here and there in the movie. But all in all, you can probably wait till rental. You can probably wait till it comes out free on TV. You don't have to pay to go see this movie. But if you do, don't go in there expecting much, because you'll be disappointed after that. So it comes down to the verdict. I give the Meg a B-. And I have to say, it was still enjoyable. I still had a lot of fun watching it. But it's not going to be one of those movies that are going to be talked about for years and years. So as soon as Hollywood figures that out, we might see another shark movie come out. And my God, I really don't expect it to be that big of a deal anymore. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to get at least one more video out because I will be going back to school pretty soon. So be sure to hit that like button and be sure to smash the button in the face like the badasses you are. And don't forget to click subscribe for more videos, or you can join us right now and see us in the shadows. I'm the Dark Viewer, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.